scanners that record your naked body. It isn't funny, but people are subconsciously afraid of my information. Instead of standing up and saying no to it, it's easier to play Crazy Train or helicopter noises in the background.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
What's your home worth? How can you compare local real estate agents? And how do you get MLS listings for the entire country? If you're thinking of buying a home to take advantage of the tax credit or selling your house, you first need to see an incredible website called HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com will help you find a realtor to buy or sell a home. It's so easy, and best of all, it's free. At HomeGain.com, you can compare realtors anonymously, receive customized proposals, see consumer reviews, then select the best realtor for you. Go to HomeGain.com and get an instant home value estimate, view comparable homes, and check out street views. HomeGain.com has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and contains a wealth of information, like their home improvement tool that helps you determine which home improvements to make to increase your home's value. See the top 12 home improvements right now at HomeGain.com. That's HomeGain.com. Look for Max, the orange HomeGain gorilla, to help you find a realtor or with any other real estate needs you might have at HomeGain.com, your real estate connection.
This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator that produces pure drinking water right from the humidity in the air. No, this isn't science fiction. It's very real. I know because I use one every day in my own home, and it's available right now to you. Because you know exactly where your water comes from with Ecola Blue, you'll know what's in your cup. Clean, great-tasting water without all the pollutants. Get your family off the grid today by ordering your own Ecola Blue atmospheric water generator for your home or business. Their best seller, the Ecola Blue 28, produces up to 7 gallons of water every day. The Ecola Blue 28 is easy to use and economical. Generate your own pure water from the humidity in the air. This system is free of chemicals and uses a multi-stage filtration system, including reverse osmosis, carbon filters, and ultraviolet lights. Order now and claim your water independence today by calling Ecola Blue at 1-800-691-6043. That's 1-800-691-6043. Or visit Ecola Blue on the web at www.ecoloblu.com today. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Ha 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 ha. The states are all in the process of going bankrupt. Foreign banks have stolen over $28 trillion. We now got the numbers from last year. And won't say where the money went. The government's paying to have factories shut down and coal plants and won't let new ones be built. But China can put up dirty ones that our government pays for. They're putting in body scanners where you put your hands up in an act of submission and they scan you. Everyone's being trained to be slaves. But you're crazy if you are against it. It's all peer pressure. They get everybody addicted to Madison Avenue and to buying into whatever the mainstream media says. And if the mainstream media says line your kids up and give them deadly inoculations that the drug zone insert admits can brain damage them, give them Guillain-Barré syndrome, sterilize them, reduce fertility, give them cancer, kill them. It's no big deal. You're supposed to just go along with that. But the good news is this big flu hype didn't go over well, and there's record numbers of people not taking it. The good news is the Copenhagen Treaty that the UN announced was world government blew up in their face. All their fraud and corruption's coming out. The good news is 30-plus states are moving or have already declared 10th Amendment sovereignty to the federal government. The states and the Congress are telling Obama lawsuits are going to get filed by the states against his government takeover of health care, even if he can ram it through. The good news is the people are starting to figure out how the world really works. And Marlon, I wasn't trying to be mean to you. It's just when somebody says to me, oh, your show is entertaining, because I get emails like that, and people on the street go, I don't agree with a lot of what you say, but your show is sure entertaining. That's like saying watching a car wreck and somebody flopping around with their arm chopped off is entertaining. This is not entertaining, sir. It's not entertaining having the mainstream media demonize me and having people death threaten me. It's not entertaining to know what we're up against and to force myself to stand up and go up against it. If you had any idea just how serious this was, you wouldn't even have that in your repertoire. And you know what? It's not my fault and it's not your fault, Marlon, if you try to wake up people and they laugh at you. That's their problem. That's why their standard of living is dropping. You know, I saw this weekend IMF statistics about how this country was, 34% of global gross domestic product and is now 22% of global domestic product, global GDP, or global domestic product. The calculation of the U.S. was 34, 35. Now it's 22, 23. In fact, I printed that article at home. I want to say it was Wall Street Journal this weekend, and I don't have it in front of me. Guys, Google IMF says U.S. gross domestic product drops. That should bring it up. I believe from memory it's 22% from 34 or 35. But let's get the actual numbers. You think that's funny? I know you don't think it's funny, Marlon. But when people laugh at us, that's because they're intimidated. They're scared. Deep down, they know something's wrong. And they want to feel elitist. They want to feel like they're establishment. And so TV and the culture has told them, laugh at somebody who talks about global government. Laugh at somebody that talks about global corruption. You don't have a responsibility. Just laugh at it. That's the doctrine of slaves. That's the modus operandi of slaves. Now, here's the deal. I took 2 calls in that segment. I want to take 10 calls before this hour ends. That gives each caller about a minute and a half. Joe, Jack, Matthew, Steve, Nick, and others. Toll-free number to join us, 1-800-259-9231. I do have a bunch of news I haven't even gotten to yet coming up in the next hour and a host of issues on how children in the U.S. and England can't even talk now. I mean, our society's falling apart. Before I go any further, I want to thank some of the sponsors today that have made this radio broadcast possible. The news website's possible. My filmmaking possible. It is the advertising that funds the Lock, Stock, and Barrel, along with PrisonPlanet.tv memberships, and I want to thank all of you for supporting our sponsors. One of the sponsors I want to thank is eFoodsDirect.com. That's the letter E, FoodsDirect.com. Incredible new website. It was great before. All these videos, non-GMO, non-hybrid, organic food lines, pre-made food lines, incredibly tasty like potatoes gratin, you name it. It's all there at eFoodsDirect.com. You'll never stand in the bread line if you have your own bread. The globalists want you dependent on them. They want you bankrupt. They want you under their control. I have storable food. Does that mean I'll end up using it? I can eat it if I don't. It lasts more than 10 years. A lot more than 10 if it's in climate control. My stuff's in the garage and attic. I got firearms. Does that mean I may have to use them? Hopefully not, but I got them. And I know how to use them. They're in well-oiled working condition. The point is you need to go to eFoodsDirect.com and get high-quality storable foods today. 800-409-5633. 800-409-5633. One other sponsor I want to tell you about is EcolaBlue.com. They've got their new Ecola Blue 30 out, discounted out of the gates. They have the classic Ecola Blue 28, grabs upwards of 7.5 gallons out of the air a day, puts it through 7 filters. The Ecola Blue 30, even more. Reverse osmosis, carbon, UV, stores it in stainless steel tanks. Looks like a water cooler without the water cooler top on it. Find out more at EcolaBlue.com. That's ECOLOBLUE.com. Or give them a call at 800-691-6043, 800-691-6043, EcolaBlue.com. Ladies and gentlemen, great folks, great sponsors, great product that I was using. That's why I reached out to them. Turned out they were fans. It was a match made in heaven, EcolaBlue.com. Okay, Back to your calls. Joe in California, go ahead.